consistently attract soulmate clients, begin showing up on brand, monetizing on your calling. Welcome all spiritual coaches, leaders, healers, light workers, and practitioners to a show that turns you on in your business and amplifies your magnetism. I'm host, catalyst, and spiritual business coach Rosalyn Fung, and I'm here to journey with you into the juicy and help you discover where the real gaps are. Ignite your mindset and soul with strategies and systems as each episode takes you to the sweet spots that activate your soulgasmic business. Enjoy this light language activation as we begin to magnetize and monetize. Hello, my loves. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I am so excited. This is part 2 of episode 77. So today's episode 78. And we're going to be talking about creating an epic, sacred sales process to convert leads into clients. So episode 77 was about how to generate lead, how to attract your clients, and the content marketing piece. And of course, there's so much to drop in that episode that I'm like, I need to do a part 2. And I've got so much great shares from people about the takeaways from this episode. So if you haven't tuned into that one, definitely go back to listen to that one. Today, it's going to be another straight up strategy episode where, again, I'm going to teach you what I teach my inner circle soulmate clients. And this time we're going to now continue that client journey now that you have leads. Okay, they're warm. What do you do with them? So that's what this episode is going to be about. I'm going to share with you, what does that client journey look like from lead to converted client? What are the key aspects to consider in this client journey, right? Taking them from lead to conversion. And what are the do's and don'ts of selling in DM? So I'll share a little bit about what a lead looks like, and then I'll go a little bit deeper. So, and then I'm also going to have a section around what are the key differences between coaches, healers, light workers, practitioners, consultants who are in the same niche, but one can generate lots of sales, no problem. And then the other one is struggling. What are the key differences? Okay, so let's get you recalibrating to the fun, bold, and sexy vibes when it comes to marketing, attracting leads, and converting them into your soulmate clients. So make sure you grab a pen and paper. This one's going to be another juicy one. And don't forget to check the show notes because I have a free gift for you, which is my client attractor checklist. Okay, I'll sum up a bit of this as well. Okay, my loves. And of course, you know that sharing is caring. So if you find a ton of value from this, please do give this podcast a shout out. You can screenshot it and tag me on Instagram, Bold Sexy Warrior. Tell us your takeaways from this. And also on Facebook, it's Rosalyn Fung Coaching, Bold Sexy Warrior. Your reviews, your shout outs mean a lot to me and gets this out to the world. All right. Before we dive in deep, I am also so excited, my loves. You know I practice what I preach. And if you've been following me for a while now, you know I'm very transparent about being obsessed with personal and professional and spiritual development. There's nothing more that I invest my money in other than these things, okay? And so I have been working with healers, working with my own coaches, and shifting, recalibrating, really feeling into what this next level version of me and of Rosalyn Fung Coaching, Bold Sexy Warrior look like. And I am so excited to be sharing with you that what this looks like is a 1-year group coaching program for light workers, leaders, healers, practitioners that are here to transform others and create the ripple effects in the world. And this beautiful group coaching program is called Soul Ascension Business Catalyst Container. You know I'm a catalyst. And this is where we're bringing the Akasha, soul, energy work, and mixing into alchemy of belief reprogramming, mindset work, and sexy strategies to expand your soul and your business to that next level. I'm dropping in all the prosperity codes, and don't give a F codes here too. We're gonna show up unapologetically at that next level. And I am so excited that I'll be having the incredible team of coaches to support my clients. I'm gonna be the mindset coach, the energy coach, and strategy. And then I'm going to have specialists, expert coaches to do clearings, to do the copyright, but to walk you through hot seats on the copywriting and the social media strategies at that next level. The other really cool part of my program is I really love seeing my clients shine. And there's going to be a practicum component where you get to showcase your expertise in front of your peers in this group, as well as my tribe. And it's going to be so potent for you to support others in their breakthroughs. So if you're like, oh my God, this feels so orgasmic, this is juicy, where do I sign up? This is by application only. And again, you can find that application in the show notes. I would love for you to just reach out, DM me on Instagram, Bold Sexy Warrior, or contact me on my website, rosalynfung.com, rosalynfung.com, and just contact me and say Soul Ascension. Okay, Soul Ascension, you're ready. All right, moms. Okay, without further ado, and by the way, we start in January. If you're not feeling quite ready for it, that's okay. Reach out to me when you are, and I'll put you on the wait list. All right, my loves. Okay, we're gonna move into this episode with starting with, all right, you got hot leads. So what does a lead look like? Because sometimes we're not even aware, okay? So I'm going to put it in the context. If you've listened to episode 777, it'll make a lot more sense. But still tune in here now and then go back. So with a lead, I focus on Facebook and Instagram. Those are the platforms that I love to play in. And so leads are people that are coming into your energy field on your social media platform. So it could look like them commenting. It could look like them liking the post, engaging with you in some way, or sharing. It could look like them private messaging you, okay? So if you listen to episode 77, we are not about the code DMs. No freaking thanks. We all know that doesn't really go anywhere, and it's so old strategy. So this is all about attraction marketing, so which I talked more about in episode 77. So a lead is somebody that's in your energy field. And let me tell you this, the most important attitude to take on is that you aren't looking at these leads, these people, as from a perspective of, oh my God, they need to be my client. Oh my God, I need to get them as a client. Okay, because guess what? That's needy energy. That's lack energy. And that's not authentic. All right. it's really important for you to build an authentic relationship with the person. I'm going to say that again. Okay. And when I'm speaking to you, you are likely somebody who is just starting out in your journey, in your business, and or you've been in your business for a couple years. All right, and you haven't quite made the breakthrough yet, or you're ready to scale. Okay, so there's different aspects of the journey. So I'm speaking more to the newbie coach, healer, light worker who's like just moving their business online or has been online for a while. It's like you get a lot of, oh, you're so inspiring, but you're not getting conversions. You hear me, my loves? Okay. So if you're struggling with that, you're noticing that's a challenge, you're getting frustrated, I gotcha. So building the authentic relationships is going to be key. And as you do so, how do you think about this? In real life, how are you showing up at parties? When you go to a party, okay, I know it's COVID, so think about, wherever you are and whatever, in the realm of meeting people in real life, how do you show up? How are you showing up? Are you waiting for people to come to you? And there's no judgment here. I just want you to notice, because how you show up in one part of your life is how you show up in all parts of your life. Are you passively waiting? So do you like actively look around and see, who looks interesting? Who looks like somebody I want to get to know? And then you go in and approach them and start a conversation, introduce yourself. Or somebody comes up to you, right? Speaking about being magnetic, your vibes are high. And there's something about you where people are like, I want to check out this person. Okay, so notice when you go into an event, what happens, or, a house party or whatever that looks like, gathering. And so how does that translate online? You're not shoving your business cards in people, right? I hope not. Please don't do that. Okay. You're likely getting to know the person as a human being. Hey, my name is so-and-so. What's your name? Cool. Like, how do you know so-and-so? If it's or how did you find out about this event? And so you start to have like the common ground, surfacey questions first. Tell me more about you. Be in curiosity. Be interested in people. Always, no matter if it's online or offline. Be interested. Don't make it about you. Think about this. All of us are moving around in the world about what's in it for me. When we're, looking for a product, a service, what's in it for me? We want to know the benefits. That's a natural psychology of us. And so when you step into the position of, let me get curious about you, because what do people love talking about the most? Themselves, right? So be curious, be interested. This is literally how you start to magnetize people. It's people remember how you make them feel. I'm going to say that one more time. People remember how you make them feel. So when you're talking about yourself, when you're first meeting a person and you're talking about your offerings and all that, when you're first meeting a person, that gets kind of boring for the other person. You might be really interested because you are such a believer in everything you do, and you should be, right? And there's divine timing with that. There's strategic timing with that. Authentic timing with that. Put the other person first. In this case, in this context, put the other person first. Tell me about you. I'm interested in your journey. I'd love to hear more about that. Put the other person first. And I feel like that's a natural, one of my greatest strengths is curiosity. So I think it just came naturally. And people often say, gosh, you make friends so easily. Honestly, my loves, it's because I love people. I love people. I'm so passionate about people. I love their stories. I love to learn more. I love to hear their stories and see what their takeaways are. Listen to their journey. I get inspired. So it's just a natural way. And I recognize it's not natural for everybody. So tip number 1 is get curious, get interested in the other person. Because in that curiosity, you're building like no one trust factor. And you're also seeing, hey, do I want to be connected with this person on a deeper level, whether it's personal or professional? Gives you a really good sense, right? It gives you a really good sense. And if anything, if you decide no, great, because you went deeper and you felt into the energy of your conversation and it didn't feel aligned, awesome. That's awesome too, because you got clarity. But can you see, if you're only talking about yourself and what you have to offer, number 1, you don't get to know if this is somebody you actually want to know about. And number 2, you could attract the wrong person. You could be attracting the wrong kind of person into your containers or into, when it comes to business, right? Or into your life. All right, we can talk about that in a dating sense. It's not that much different, my loves. I always joke that if I have another business, I would definitely have a matchmaking and dating coaching, be a dating coach. I feel like I have a superpower in matchmaking people, both in my personal and professional life. So it's pretty fun for me. I get lightning bolts when I'm like, ooh, these two people need to know each other. And I've had people get married, be engaged. So yeah, it's a magic formula. And as well, in my professional life, I've had people who I've introduced to each other and have gone on to create powerful collaborations. So, again, relationships first. All right, my love. So I want to have you reflect on, during commercial, how do you tune in? How do you introduce? How do you, when you are meeting people, how are you showing up? And do you need to shift how you're showing up?
A conscious lifestyle for a mindful life. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM. Being a radio host on IOM FM allows you to build your show on a rich platform with the power of the internet to fulfill your outreach goals and connect with a very specialized and global online audience, unlimited by time and distance. OMTimes Radio will provide you with web relevance, a recognizable conscious brand, and with the standard of excellence that has accompanied every single OMTimes endeavor. Host your show with OMTimes Radio Network.
Grab a cup of tea or a glass of wine and tune in for Inspired Conversations with publisher Linda Joy on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern. Linda creates sacred space for leading female luminaries, empowering authors, heart-centered female entrepreneurs, coaches, and healers. A soulful venue where guests openly share the fears and obstacles they've overcome, wisdom and lessons learned, and the personal journey that led them to the transformational work they do in the world. Inspired Conversations to empower you on your path to authentic, soulful living.
My loves, you know you're here as a soul-led leader to transform this world through the sharing of your passions and gifts. You are here to be in your warrior of light and align your business with your highest self. I'm Rosalyn Fung of the show Activate Your Soulgasmic Business. Let's elevate your business to the next expansive level. I invite you to flow into a business soul alignment discovery call with me at rosalynfung.com. That's ROSALYN, fun as in have some fun, FUNG, and let's see how I can best hold space for you to align your highest self, magnetize your dream clients, and monetize on your soul mission. I can't wait to connect.
COVID-19, brought to you by CDC and the Ad Council.
Do you feel like your emotions are all over the place? That's normal during this abnormal time. There are a number of ways to cope. Maintain a healthy routine, get enough sleep, eat nutritious food, and exercise at least 30 minutes each day. Schedule some time to talk with a friend or family member. And remember, you can always take a few deep breaths to feel more centered.
Find more self-care and coping tips at coping-19.org.
All right, welcome back, loves. Okay, so I hope that you were reflecting on how you have been showing up with people in that are leads, okay, potential leads. So, now I'm going to speak to you. I've been in business, my coaching business, for about 4.5 years now, okay? And I have learned a lot. I've made a crap ton of mistakes that have been, I always say, my biggest lessons are the most expensive, whether it's emotionally and or financially, but they absolutely, for that reason, are the biggest lessons. And you know, I have been that person that cold DMs and it does not work. I have, you know, made a ton of mistakes, and I'm here to support you so that you can shortcut this. So it's probably not a surprise to you, but at the end of the day, it's always being you, being authentic. And at different points in business, so if you're just starting out, it is going to be a lot of your time is going to be spent on building these relationships and taking time to build these potential prospects and convert them into clients. Okay. And there might be some coaches that disagree with me about that, and that's okay. Okay. So in my experience and in how I coach people, it really is. And let me tell you, even one of my coaches who makes $65K a month, okay, she will tell you, like, you look at her social media feed, you can't even tell that she's successful. This is a woman who has multi-seven-figure businesses, like many, okay? So, but if you were to go look at her social media, you cannot tell that she is successful in that way. So it's funny when she says, I get DMs about making my first 5K a month. And so, you know, it's in her not so secret. And I would say this is what I also teach is build those relationships and keep them going. I'm still friends with my former clients. I have clients who re-sign, right? And so it's like relationships are everything. Connections are currency in every single way. Connections bring abundance. It brings the aligned connections, right? Higher vibration and fun and joy. And think about people that you love and you see are very gifted and talented. And when they have an offering and it's something that would support you to elevate in whatever that is, whatever area that is in your life, of course you would say yes. Right? And so it always is about authentic relationships, no matter at what point in your business. I'm going to say that, period. But in the beginning of your business, in the first year or so, a lot of your activity and time, and even 2 years, right, is built on building these relationships, and then it creates ripple effects, which is beautiful, right? Then your relationships start to refer people to you. You can do strategic partnerships because people stand behind people they believe in. And if you have that relationship as a foundation, that is everything. All right. As you move into, we'll say more quote unquote success, whatever that is for you in your business, and in this case, you have the client testimonials that really showcase your results with your clients. Now those become, and this was in episode 77, content marketing, right? And now people are seeing, okay, this person, this coach, whoever, like leader, light worker, practitioner really can help people get results. And your soulmate clients are mirrors of your ideal prospects who haven't said yes to working with you yet, right? We want our soulmate clients to be mirrors of people coming in, so that as we're checking out, even think about when you're checking out a coach or a product or service, you're looking at the client testimonials and you're also seeing yourself in that client. You're gonna let that one sink in. And so it only makes sense that as you move up in your business, you're going to be sharing client testimonials. You're going to be celebrating your clients. Of course, it's in the energy of how you do that, right? Celebration, giving your clients so much love, promoting them, but you're also as well promoting you. So it's a win-win-win. And so others can see, your prospects can see, oh, wow. Okay. Video testimonials are also very powerful. So then it takes less time to, we'll say, build the like, know, and trust factor with your leads, because they are seeing what's possible quicker. All right. But you still, along the way, nurture. So it's really, really important. And I'm sure there's a question here. Well, what if you're too busy to do that? Again, in the beginning of your business, you want to, I'm going to say this, you always want to be doing this first yourself, right? And knowing the process, knowing how you talk to people, knowing what works, what doesn't. And then as you get up and you get more abundant with clients, you're going to have less time to look for those leads. So yes, this is where you can hire a VA who specializes in finding leads for you. Okay, and actually this can be in the first year of your business. I would highly recommend that. But then it's still you. They may start the conversation or they may attract, right? Again, it's all content marketing. Go look at episode 77. And then you would continue those conversations in the DM. Here's a pro tip. When you use the voice message option to respond in the private messages, that builds your like, know, and trust factor that much quicker. People can feel your energy. It's a sensory experience. I have popped a lot of voice message cherries and Facebook Live cherries. You could even do a video, right? And just send them a quick little video like, hey, whatever their name is. So awesome to meet you. I just felt called to send you a video to show up and say hi, right? And so it's like, if we can really, I'll say, mimic a real life-ish experience of you being in front of the other person, having connection, a conversation, that builds it that much quicker. If they are aligned, of course. Will people ghost you? Sure. And how do we deal with that? I think that is because I know that there's a lot of people who can't handle that. And let me tell you, it's not personal. It's not personal. Okay? And so if you're having shit around people not responding to you, ghosting you, even though you've been showing up authentically, notice how that's showing up in your personal life. It's likely you get bothered when people ghost you. Right? And so that's beautiful. Triggers are where the medicine are. Okay, that's where the medicine is. So lean into that and look deeper within yourself and go, what is that about for me? Because it's not personal. I mean, you can always also reevaluate. Did you come across too salesy? Right? Were you talking too much about yourself? You can evaluate those things too and stay focused on the other person for a while. Then eventually they're going to say, hey, tell me about you. Okay, so now you want to get to know that person to see what their goals are in their life. Like, what are you excited about creating? Where are you, like, for next year or in the next month? Let me know. I'd love to see how I can support you. And that could look like, joint collaboration. That could look like you're staying open. There's no attachment. We love to support people, don't we? If you're listening and you're my soulmates, prospects, and clients, of course you do. Right? You're here to transform the world. You love to support people. And so it's like, let me see how I can support you. And people love to be supported. At the very core of us, we want to feel loved, safe, and belong. And part of that is feeling seen, being heard. Okay, that's a huge part of it. And so if we're acknowledging somebody, we're making them feel seen and heard, and we're interested. Boy, oh boy, let me tell you, if it's an aligned prospect, now you can say, I think I can support you. Here is what I'm thinking, and I'm so not attached, because that is where you absolutely need to be. But this is actually an area that I support my clients in. Would you like to hear about it? And if they say yes, awesome. Then you get them to you on a call, or depending where you are in your business, an application, just to make sure you're not wasting each other's time, right? So it's like, boom, there you go. That's the journey. So I'm kind of giving some pauses so that you can really take this in. I think that as human beings, we complicate things. It's very interesting that often we go into business to create security. And what I mean by that is financial security often, right? And what comes up is our own core wounds in every, in the journey of entrepreneurship, whether it's client attraction, it's getting more visible, it's asking for money, receiving money, generating wealth. Wherever our core wounds are, it's going to show up along the way in this journey. Myself included, my loves. This is why I love to make sure I have coaches so that I can really work on my mindset. Here's the thing. The truth is, you can have all the strategies and you can implement them. But this is answering the question between the difference between when two people are implementing the same strategies, they're in the same niche, they have similar offerings. Why is one generating more sales and one's really struggling? My loves, it comes down to your belief system. Everything is neutral until you put meaning to it. And how you do that is based on your beliefs. And so here's a really quick example. So coming back to the leads, right? If you have a lead and you're building relationship, if you are in any energy of, and it's often subconscious, You could be aware of it. You know it's there, even if it's like 5%, it's still there. Oh my God, I don't want to come across as salesy. I don't want them thinking I'm only using them to get a sale. Again, this may not be what you're leading with, but it is in your subconscious realm or unconscious realm. And so how is that going to show up? Often it shows up as you're afraid to be assertive and say, hey, I can support you in that. You're afraid to even ask, what are they excited about creating? You're hesitating, you're holding yourself back. You're playing small. This is resonating. That's how I'll say these unconscious or subconscious beliefs are so powerful. It shows up on that. Or when you're on a sales call, let's say you get them on a call and you're about to close them. This one's a very common one. I had this in my first year of business, my loves. Okay. My subconscious programming was, oh my God, it's going to be too expensive for them. They're not going to have the money. And they've already talked about how they, are struggling with money and their journey and everything. And so how you deliver your investment doesn't come across as confident. How you show up and ask for money in exchange for you working with them for the transformation shows up as hesitant, insecure energy, questionable. And even though you might be saying the right things to close this person, but the energy is not aligned with confidence, with conviction, with a deep knowing on a soul level. These unconscious or subconscious belief around, oh my God, they're going to think this is too expensive, shows up. And so the result, because based on results, you have to look at your results. Based on results are what's going to happen. Likely the person's not going to say yes. So your beliefs, your mindset, and your energy are everything. All right, so I'm going to invite you to really soak this in and really tune into how you're showing up. Where might the gaps be? What are your results? Are they what you desire? What would that, and if not, what from a belief system might be stopping you? Okay, what might be really going on? Get really honest with yourself. Until you're really honest with yourself, then it's very difficult to shift into more desired results. Okay, my loves, let's go into commercial. I'm going to really get you to journal about this, think about it, reflect on it.
Free your mind. Expand your soul. OMTimes Radio. IOM-FM.
OMTimes magazine is one of the leading online content providers of positivity, wellness, and personal empowerment. A philanthropic organisation, their net proceeds are funneled to support worldwide charity initiatives via Humanity Healing International. Through their commitment to creating community and providing conscious content, they aspire to uplift humanity on a global scale. Connect at OMTimes.com. OMTimes, creating a more conscious lifestyle.
My name is Victor Furman. Some call me The Voice. I've always been fascinated with human nature, spirituality, science, and the crossroads at which they meet. Join me Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio, and we'll explore these topics and so much more on Destination Unlimited.
If I could be you,
and you could be me for just 1 hour,
if you could find a way
to get inside
each other's mind,
walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out, and for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org, brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Okay, my loves, I know that so many of you are receiving the codes here for really shifting and recalibrating, and I'm so excited to hear about your takeaways. So let's talk about, again, that journey. So let's say, hey, Roz, I want to get people into my free webinar. Masterclass is a sexier way to call a webinar, okay? Or to sign up for my freebie. But you notice that people aren't, as you direct them to there, they're not signing up. You're not getting that many signups. Where might things be going wrong? Okay. So let's look a little bit at the copy. So what's actually on that landing page for people to put their name and their email in exchange of signing up for the masterclass or in exchange for the freebie. Okay, I was just going over this with a client yesterday, and it was very eye-opening for this client. So we're going to talk about I'll talk about the example yesterday. So the example yesterday was to sign up for a masterclass. And when I took a look at the landing page, the landing page did not have anything that really felt like it would grab the ideal client. And in fact, it didn't even address who the ideal client was and what this webinar was about. So this is the first thing. And I'll also say this about your website. Okay, with anything, you have like less than 10 seconds. You have like 3 to 10 seconds for somebody to come on your landing page, whether it's a masterclass or a freebie or your website, and decide, is this for me? Remember, people are always asking, what's in it for me? So if you aren't capturing them right at that top of that page or on your website, they're gone. It is a noisy world, my loves. You already know that. And so here, this is about really saying, hey, for example, light worker, leader, practitioner, coach, right? Insert your ideal client titles. Are you struggling with, and then pain point 1, pain point 2, pain point 3. Now when your ideal client comes on this, they're going to be like, ooh, yeah, totally. And then you can, and I would say always sound conversational. However you speak, write that. And if you come from a clinical academic background like I did, I was a former registered psychologist, and I have clients who are also therapists, it sometimes is really hard to write like you're speaking because you've been trained all your life in academia. But academia is boring AF. Nobody wants to read that. So we want to sound conversational. Okay? So you can say, hey, I gotcha. If you read my stuff, you'll see it feels conversational. Hey, I gotcha. Because that's how I would speak. In this free masterclass or in this e-guide or free video series, I'm going to show you, and then it's like result 1, result 2, result 3. That's a solution for the pain. boom, I'm in. They're in, right? So check out your copy. Is it speaking to your ideal client? Are they able to identify it's for them? Are you making them feel like, yeah, crap, man, that's me? And then are you giving them, if you spend an hour or if you download this, you will receive. Are you giving them quick wins? That's what people want right now, quick wins. And to build a like, know, and trust factor, right? And then you really go deeper. If they've signed up for the masterclass, in the masterclass, now here's a beautiful opportunity. I'm going to say it's a very powerful opportunity. Speaking is what got me to 6 figures in my first year of business, working part-time in my coaching business. Okay? Because you're speaking one to many instead of one-on-one. You're in front of a whole audience. And so it's a quick way to build like, know, and trust factor. And you want to position it. This is something I teach my clients, is to create a signature talk where you're giving lots of value and then you're making an offer at the end. All right, it's a very powerful way to position yourself to provide lots of value and your expertise and then convert people. So this is something that I will be teaching in Soul Ascension Business Catalyst, by the way. All right, and so this is very, very potent. Now a freebie is a little bit different in this journey. So people get the freebie and then you need to nurture them in the email sequence. All right, there's a whole, like, I don't have enough time today to talk about that, but that's something for you to look at. What does their email sequence look like once somebody grabs your freebie? Do you even have one? And the email sequence needs to be always related back to, first of all, your freebie should be related to what you're going to be selling, right? That transformational package or program. And then your email sequence needs to be nurturing people to receive more value aligned with what you're offering. Everything always refers back so that it's a tight container. That's really important. Also something I coach my clients on in my Soul Ascension Business Catalyst container. So these things are really important. And even for your website, it's also really important. I recently put a post up around on my Facebook status, and you may have seen it going around, where it's like, hey, supporting small businesses with my Facebook friends. If you have a small business, pop just the link here. And so it was really cool because I always, of course, love to see people and their websites and just check out what are they really about, like, let me see how they present themselves. And let me tell you, I have to be honest, some I didn't get. Like, I didn't know if I hadn't really built a relationship with them yet. I was really confused about their website because they didn't have clarity, and it was very clear. And some had clarity right away, captured their ideal clients and then got right to that. You can feel the vibe, you can feel the brand, right? So anyways, that is a whole different episode. But what I'm saying is it's really important that you're showing up consistently, authentically, with your vibe, your brand. Brand is really important. Your brand is basically your vibe. So and again, I go through this in Soul Ascension Business Catalyst. It's a whole section on branding because it is everything. It's really important. I used to have like a separate blog and then the website. And this is before I worked with my branding team. They were doing an audit. They're like, holy crap, Roz, nothing matches. Nothing's consistent. Who are you? So everything has to match and stay succinct. Okay. And I do want to say this too. Remember, at the end of the day, when you're meeting people online, and then let's say you meet them in real life, is the feedback you are exactly the same online as you are in real life? then you got alignment, you got authenticity. I have had people who I had, been following for a while. I had been chatting in the DMs as friends. And then I'm thinking about one particular person, and we were both speaking at a summit, and I was so excited to like really meet her. And I'm like, if you know me, I'm like, yeah, like big hugs, like hello. And it was really interesting because I could feel a wall, and that's not how she presents. That's not how she presents online. It was a complete big wall and like very dismissive. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So it shocks me. And so it's that experience has really left a impression from me about that person, and now it's like I can't trust this person because who I thought this person was online didn't translate to how they showed up in real life. Okay, so authenticity is everything because you can break trust so quickly. It takes time to build trust often, but it takes a split second to break that trust. Yeah, let that sink in. Some real truth bombs here today, my love. And I do invite you to listen to this episode again. I do invite you to, of course, share it. There's a lot of truth bombs today. So I'm going to close this, of course, with a activation. So I'm going to invite you to just take a breath in and then cleansing breath out. I know there's been a lot of information today for you. I know there's a lot of things that you can always go back to basics about, no matter how advanced you are in your business. I know that really supports me when I do the same. And so my hope for you today is to really go and do that. Reflect on these areas, how you're showing up, how you're building relationships in your client journey from lead to conversion. So just settling in, breathing in again, and just emptying your mind. Breathing out. Just breathing into your heart space. Expand your breath so that your breath pushes beyond your physical body. In the front, in the back, and the side. Feel into the energy of your beautiful heart. And as you do so, imagine this beautiful divine white light coming through your crown chakra, the top of your head, going into the core, all the way to your root. And then right down to Mother Earth. And this beautiful energy circling around you like a bubble. And just let yourself be in this container, this containment, being this bubble. And just tuning into your soul purpose, tuning into the part of you that is here to create a difference, to create ripple effects in the world. And call upon our guides, the spirit team, to come in and assist you to amplify your soul's purpose, amplify your light, to show up and be interested, be curious with others. Because you showing up in your light gives others permission to shine too. You receiving clarity on who you serve is so deeply important. Mora kura kira kura tia, mora kura tia, kira kura tia, mora kura kira kia, mora kura tia. Breathing in and out. Thank you so much, my loves.